Hey everybody!
What's up?
We're back with the movie review.
You gonna start singing now?
I might. The movie was good and it made me want to sing.
I'm good. I'm eating hot Starburst. Which are good and they make my throat hurt.
So we went and saw Red Sparrow.
We did. I've been listening to some people talk about this movie. I really, really love this movie.
I really enjoyed it.
For more than just the fact that this is a really, really good revenge thriller, this is 100% a fucking exploitation movie that got railroaded through to a mainstream audience. And I love the idea that they mismarketed it as a Black Widow-esque movie.
Dude, apparently, like, KBG agents came out and said this movie is really fucking accurate.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Really,
and it's KGB, by the way.
What was that, KGB?
No, you said KBG.
I said KGB.
No, you said KBG. So I'm sitting here and thinking, I'm like, is that some kind of, like, local TV broadcast agency? What the fuck?
I'm gonna roll back and check this.
You can, but I won't admit you're right, even if you are. Now, Red Sparrow is the movie about the Hunger Games girl.
Jennifer Lawrence.
Jennifer Lawrence, thank you.
A.K.A. Mystique.
A.K.A. Mystique. A.K.A. the titular mother. Who... No, we're not here to talk about that. Who is a dancer who gets her leg broken. And so her uncle, she lives in Russia. She's part of the Russian ballet.
Yes.
Very famous, very prestigious. Is part of the Russian ballet, gets her leg broken, and her uncle, who works in the government, says, "Hey, do me a favor, and I'll make it to where you can keep your nice apartment where your mother, who has rickets or whatever fuck Russia has, you're able to stay there and live there in relative ease."
Didn't he let her do something else first? Kill the people?
He didn't let her do it, he covered it up.
Okay.
Because she goes in, she whacks the crap out of her, I guess, former boyfriend at that point.
I think it was just her dance partner, but he purposely dropped her so the chick he was fucking could get the part.
That's right, that's right.
And she killed them both very violently.
No, they didn't die. They almost did.
Oh, I thought she killed them.
No. The uncle says that she beat the shit out of him. Pretty good.
My hearing's off, so, like, the quiet parts of the movie, some of it, I didn't hear.
I do have a couple of issues with this movie, and one of them is it gets weirdly quiet in parts.
Yeah. And for someone who can't hear fantastically all the time, it kind of, like, there's...
That's what you get for wearing those headphones and listening to those loud rock and rollers and raps.
Okay.
Constantly blasting your ears with the devil's musics.
Last thing I listened to was an audio book, so fuck off.
Listening to the devil's musics.
Ready Player One is the devil's music.
Hey, some people would argue. But, no, they go through and she gets sent off. This is essentially a way better version of American Assassin.
Yeah.
Just set predominantly in Russia.
She gets sent off to spy school.
She gets sent off to spy school where I don't know what level of spy they train, but it's like 1 billion times worse than the KGB and GRU combined. Which, if you don't know those, look those up, because that's some shit right there. But this is the big problem I have with the movie, because they talk about her not, like the headmistress talks about her not succeeding or not performing well in her.
Did everything.
And she does everything that is asked of her.
It's like the one scene.
She performed perfectly.
It's the one scene
outside of the beginning.
Everyone's talking about, like, Jennifer Lawrence got naked, and, like, she literally got naked.
Between this and Mother, I have become uncomfortably familiar with Jennifer Lawrence's naked body.
She, like, got naked and then,
because
like,
she is
spread her legs and told dude to fuck
really
her.
naked.
Yeah. Well, she got naked, spread her legs, told dude to fuck her after he tried to rape her, and she beat the piss out of him.
Which is an awesome scene. You see Wiener in this too, like a couple of times. You actually end up seeing Dick, which is not something you see in movies on the big screen too much.
Not usually.
No, but
and then she got mad at her uncle at school, and was like, "You sent me to horse school."
Well, more or less, they teach them to use their charm and their wiles against people, essentially. So that plays a large part in the movie. Whenever she is with somebody, you're never quite sure whether she's seducing them, whether she's being genuine, or whether she's actually trying to work her own angle in this. Like, even until the very end, you're kept guessing.
Yeah,
in the best possible way. It's not one of those that's like, okay, are you just going to do this now, or are you going to do it later? When you get to the end, it's legitimately like, Jesus, I did not see this coming, but it fits well.
Yeah, she worked her own angle a lot.
Yes, yes, and it's all structured there in the movie, and it works. Like, there are a lot of scenes that crop up in the movie. I'm like, why the fuck did this happen? Why is it here? And then in the end, it all ties together. I'm like, okay, I got it now. Thank you.
That all made sense. Thank you very much.
No, like I said, there's just a couple of scenes, like in the school, where they say she's not doing well. The scene in the when they call the other girl that she sits next to up to say is like, well, since he's a degenerate, here we have this degenerate behind curtain number 1. Come on down, and they're like, perform for him. And I'm just like, did they just have some random hobo back there just waiting to get his dick sucked?
Yes.
I mean, I'll volunteer. I'll come out looking shitty if I get a blowjob out of it, sure.
But then, like, the soldiers that returned from war, and they had to fuck them, too.
Yeah, well, that was part of the training, is they seduce them and make them feel at ease, which is her job. And then it's and the instructor is like, you picked this because you wouldn't have to do X. Just bear in mind, you won't always have to, but you did a real good job right here. But that again leads into, why are they saying that she is no good at her schooling? I think it's hinted at because she, at the beginning when she comes there, she says, don't tell me your name, you'll have a code name. No one knows anybody's real name here. But then she addresses her by her real name. And so it might be implying that she knew about this and she treated her like this because she knew she was not there like as a soldier. She was there because her uncle specifically placed her there. That's the only explanation I have for that.
Yeah.
It doesn't break any of the movie, but it's still just one of those things I sit there and go, what the fuck? Joel Edgerton's pretty good in this.
Everyone who was acted was pretty good in this.
Yeah. Well, the last movie I saw Joel Edgerton in was Bright. So, yeah. So
I couldn't even finish that movie.
It's not super great.
And yet we got torn new assholes for saying it wasn't going to be super great, and we were right.
Yeah, go figure.
Fuck you, Internet.
Well, we can go on a tear about that later. But
no, we can't, because I never finished it.
His was the most boring parts of the movie. Like, just him alone. Because you're never quite sure what's going on with him, and it's like, are you... And eventually it's made clear that he's going to go back in for her. And I think here's where it could have shaved a few minutes off, because this movie is almost 2.5 hours long. And while it moves briskly and I enjoy it, I personally don't feel that it needs to be shorter, but I understand where people come from when they say this movie could really have afforded to trim some stuff out. Because there are some scenes in around the middle where it kind of drags a little bit. And while it gives you some quiet moments to reflect and kind of build on what is going on with the characters, it's not something that essentially needs to happen. So
I agree, like, I don't really have much that you're saying everything I have to say.
That's good, then. No, I love this movie. Like I say, it's like a really, really ambitious 70s exploitation movie. And it has just been pushed into the cinema And I am loving the idea of somebody going in this being like, oh, it's like Black Widow, but they didn't call it Black Widow. I'll go see it.
That's basically what it got advertised.
And then they're gonna get this movie where a girl almost gets raped in a shower and she beats the fuck out of him with a shower handle. And then a guy gets garroted on top of her and bleeds out on her while he's in her. Holy shit, this movie was fucked up.
Yeah.
And I loved all of it.
And then there was, like, you think she's turned, but she hasn't, and then she, like, slices. Like, dude, she was very much out for herself.
Oh, God, yeah, no. I was 100% behind her with this, and this is, like, we talked about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., how, like, last time when we did, like, the mid-season wrap-up, how some of the team don't seem to understand how spying works.
This movie,
and how there has to be a mindset for acceptable losses and having to be a sack of shit sometimes to accomplish a goal. This movie 100% gets that concept and just runs a marathon with it.
Dude, Jeremy Irons, oh my god.
Jeremy Irons is wonderful in everything he does. Seriously, he is the one great thing about Batman v Superman is him as Alfred. And because Jeremy Irons can do no wrong. Seriously, go back and watch him in Dungeons and Dragons. He's great in that movie.
He was good in Aragon, too.
He was good in Aragon. See? Jeremy Irons can do no wrong.
Just the movies around him.
He's God's gift to acting.
Just the movies around him can do wrong.
Well, just because you're perfect doesn't mean you can make things perfect. So
there was also like a lot of random chain smoking in this, like
dude,
it was.
That
like,
was the other thing. In my headcanon, I want to say this is actually in the 1980s, and this and Atomic Blonde are running at the same parallels. And somewhere along those tracks are going to intersect, and I'm going to get a kick-ass movie.
All of a sudden, just like starts smoking, and the uncle's like, "You've been smoking," and she's like, "So?" It's like, did Jennifer Lawrence just start smoking and want to put it in the movie? I
don't know. No, like I say, there are parts in this movie where I kind of forgot what time period we were in.
Well,
like when
the
they're in the
fact
school and
you
everybody's
can buy a
dressed
burner phone from a vending machine.
Yeah, well, that's where it comes in. It's like once they get out of Russia, it's like, oh right, it's 2018.
Yeah.
And in Russia, they're like, we live in a social housing that looks and dressed like we were in the 50s.
You're not wrong.
It's fine. The West has Twitter. We have
rotary phone.
We have AOL Instant Messenger. It worked fine for us.
Yeah, like
which in a lot of respects, if that's true, then yeah, Russia has a leg up on us for that because AOL Instant Messenger was the shit.
Back in the day.
Even today. When was the last time you used AIM before they shut it down? Because that thing works way better than a lot of other messaging systems.
It's been a long time.
Yeah. But, yeah, there were some weird parts where I thought they were, like, in the 80s. Like, in her apartment, there's that crappy little bitty television with the VHS player on the bottom of it.
It did really well to show that, you know, communist countries still kind of look like that.
Yeah, well, that's kind of what I'm saying, is you could have just set this entire thing in the 80s and it would have been fine. Yeah. And, like, the rest of the world would have kept up. And my headcanon wouldn't be thrown off because I could have Atomic Blonde, which is an okay spy movie, and this, which is a really great spy movie, exist together. And pray that somewhere down the road, the two would combine and form the most badass spy movie ever.
You never know. Charlize Theron could show up and play an older version of herself later on.
Okay, is it just me, or do you also want this? I want Charlize Theron and Jennifer Lawrence to star together in movies now, because Jennifer Lawrence has proven herself to be a damn fine actress. Like, she got her essentially her legacy movies out of the way, the Hunger Games movies. She got those out of the way early.
I think she did well by doubling up, though, and doing, like, a superhero movie, too. So she...
Yes.
Like, she got known, and then she did shit she won awards for.
Yes, because now she's doing it appears she's doing what she wants to do. Yeah. Between shit like this and Mother, it's like, I don't think you would do this if you didn't really want to do this.
Yeah.
And
you're at the point where you're not afraid to take risks.
Yes, her career is riding high right now, and between this and a lot of the other things I've seen her in, I know she's good at action.
Yeah.
So I really want to see her and Charlize Theron in an action thriller.
Yeah. They're trying that. I think she has like one more X-Men movie to get out of the way, if they can even get her back. I don't know if they signed her back up.
Well, Mystique's a shapeshifter, so they don't have to get her back.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, it's okay if you don't. Real fans will understand.
I mean, her career's doing great. Just bring Rebecca Romijn back, because her career's not doing anything right now.
Yeah, sure, why not? But, no, like the other biggest complaint I've seen in this, which kind of gets into spoiler territory, but I really don't want to do spoilers because I really want people to see this movie, is how she kind of looks, I'm not going to say robotic, but she looks blank in a lot of scenes, which I always kind of took is her kind of switching herself off in certain scenarios.
Yeah.
Which I thought worked really well for the character in the movie.
Yeah.
So I didn't really have a problem with that. But I've heard some people express that it's like, oh, she just looks dead. And I'm like, well, yeah, given what she went through, I would expect her to be dead inside too.
Yeah.
But then she'll transition between being dead and having to either be sexy or violent or somewhere in between, just like that. And
that just goes to show you the actor is really good.
Like I say, Jennifer Lawrence is, I'm liking her acting a lot. I'm sorry I dismissed her earlier in her career when the Hunger Games and shit were going on. I no longer say she is part of that problem, because I'm sure she did everything in her power to make those better.
Well, yeah, she saw her grab at fame, she took it, and she used it very well.
I'm glad she did. Much like the character in this movie did.
Yep.
So, kind of a life story lesson there.
Yep.
Take your power, use it, profit from it.
Exactly.
Step 3, profit. That's how it goes.
Yep. Well, alright, guys. I think that about wraps it up.
If we don't want to get into spoilers, then yeah.
No,
which I do not. I want people to go see this because, like, anybody who's watching this, if you thought you were going to get like a Black Widow-esque movie, just shit can that idea right fucking now.
Yeah. But go see this movie.
Go see this movie because it's awesome.
Yep. I think that wraps it up, Sean.
Probably.
A couple quick ones today.
Yeah. What have we got on tap for later now? I think the only big one left we got to do is... Oh, fuck, it's Death Wish, isn't it?
Well, we have Tomb Raider later this week, too.
Yeah. It's Death Wish, though. Fuck.
Unless you want to see Game Night.
No, we gotta do Death Wish.
I have to get more passive. Alright, guys. Well, until next time. We'll see you guys later.
Fucking Death Wish.
He'll never beat Death Wish 3.
Not wrong.
Like...
Laters.